You know that feeling, right? The chills, the aches, the headache. You just feel awful. And for our whole lives, we're taught that fever is the enemy. It's the thing we have to fight. But what if that's completely backwards? What if a fever isn't the problem at all, but the solution? Yeah, you heard that right. That miserable, hot, sweaty feeling is actually a high-tech, super effective defense system kicking into gear. It's a sign that your body isn't just taking a beating, it is fighting back. And believe me, it's fighting back with everything it's got. It sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? I mean, why would our own bodies make us feel so terrible just to get rid of a few germs? Well, it turns out there's a really fascinating and frankly brilliant strategy at play here. Let's break it down. Okay, first things first, the body's thermostat. Before we get into why it happens, we need to get a handle on what a fever actually is. So, this is our baseline, our sweet spot, right around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit. This is the temperature where all our body systems are humming along perfectly. Now, once your internal temperature starts to climb past this line, so over 38 degrees Celsius or 100.4 Fahrenheit, you are officially in fever territory. And remember, this is not a mistake, it's not a malfunction. It's a deliberate choice by your body. And this, right here, is probably the most important thing to remember. A fever is not the illness. It's a symptom. Think of it like a fire alarm. The alarm isn't the fire, right? But it's a loud, clear signal that there is a fire. In this case, an infection, and that your body is on the case. So how does your body pull this off? Well, deep inside your brain, you have this tiny little control center called the hypothalamus. It acts just like the thermostat on your wall at home. And when it gets word that there are invaders, it doesn't break, it just calmly walks over and cranks up the heat on purpose. All right, part two, how your body fights. So the thermostat's been turned up, the heat is on. But how does that actually help you win the war against viruses and bacteria? You know, this whole thing is just this incredible, coordinated attack plan. It all starts when germs get in. Your immune system's lookout cells spot them and immediately release these chemicals called pyrogens. Think of pyrogens as little messengers. They race up to your brain, to the hypothalamus, and deliver a simple command: time to raise the temperature now. And your body just snaps into action. You start shivering like crazy to create heat, and your blood vessels get smaller to trap that heat in. The result? A battleground that is terrible for germs, but absolutely perfect for your supercharged immune cells. I love this analogy because it's so perfect. You're creating an environment that is totally hostile to the bad guys, but it's the optimal temperature for your own defenders to work better and faster. You're literally changing the rules of the game to favor your own team. Okay, and this is a really big but. There are limits. You know, a controlled fire in a fireplace is a good thing. An out-of-control wildfire is a disaster. It's the exact same idea with a fever. We have to know when this amazing defense tool might be starting to cause more harm than good. So a mild or moderate fever, let's say up to around 39 Celsius, is usually a great sign. It means your immune system is fired up and doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But once you start creeping past 40 degrees Celsius, that's about 104 Fahrenheit, that's when the warning bells need to go off. At those super high temps, the heat can actually start to hurt your own body. And look, there are some red flags that are just absolute non-negotiable get help now situations. If a baby under 3 months old has a fever, that's an immediate doctor's visit. Same goes for a fever that comes with serious symptoms like confusion, seizures, a stiff neck, or trouble breathing. And finally, if a fever is just hanging around for more than 3 days and you have no idea why, it's time to call in the professionals. So, knowing everything we know now, how should we actually approach this? Well, the goal should be to shift our thinking. We're not fighting the fever anymore, we are supporting our body's fight. See the difference? The game plan is actually pretty simple. You absolutely do want to rest and drink tons of fluids. You do want to wear light clothes so your body can cool itself if it needs to. And yeah, it's totally fine to use something like paracetamol if you're really uncomfortable. But here's what you don't do. Don't use ice-cold baths. That can actually send your body into shock. Don't immediately rush to medicate a helpful low-grade fever. And of course, never, ever ignore those emergency warning signs we just talked about. So really, it all comes down to balance. We need to respect a mild fever, let it do its job, see it as a sign that our body is working. But at the same time, we have to stay vigilant and know when that fever is crossing the line from helpful to harmful. It kind of reframes the whole experience of being sick, doesn't it? The next time you feel that heat rising, maybe you won't just see it as pure misery. Maybe you'll see it as a sign of this incredible, powerful battle being waged inside you. It makes you wonder, right? What's the highest your body has ever had to go to protect you?